Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Now here's the twist, and there is a twist. We show it. We show all of it.
I'm about to do a double axel into a sow cow and finish with a sweet little camel toe. You mean camel spin? I've heard it both ways.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
Sorry. I was
Okay,
admiring
I'll
my
try to
chest
go.
in the Zoom camera.
Okay, right. I'm not going to restart that. We'll just, people know your chest is showing if they watch the YouTube video. All right, we're welcomed. Crowd favorite, fan favorite, Rosalee. She's back.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, heavy chubbers.
Hello.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Heavy chubbers.
I prefer Chubaholics.
Chubaholic.
Rosalee's apparently going.
I like both. I just forgot
okay.
we were using.
Good. Well, welcome back, Rosalee. I contacted you. It was my wife's idea. I got to give her credit for that. She said, when our baby is born, you got to have Rosalee give the, basically the whole reading on what who's going to be, the full prediction of his life. I guess is basically what you get from this, right?
Mhm.
Based on when he was born, the time, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it's a full natal chart reading, which I would gladly do. It takes about like 2 hours, but the biggest important things are your big three: your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. So
Okay.
I have all of that pretty much predict Lex's personality. Are we saying his name, or is it?
Yeah, we can say his name.
Okay,
Sure.
I wasn't sure if it was like anon. So it predicts his personality, how he's going to go about life, and his looks really good and really grounded. So,
Oh, good,
Wow.
good.
Yeah,
And
good news.
you sent a very fun outfit in a Pisces onesie,
Mhm. We did.
which was great. Yes. So,
And he like
just a
he
little
pulled it out.
teaser. He's a Pisces.
He is a Pisces, and that's his oh my gosh, I'm a little bit off my game right now. That's his sun sign. So that's like, if you're like Jared's a Leo, I'm a Libra, those are our sun signs. So that's like the one you're most commonly identified by.
Gotcha.
I'm
I'm sure
an-
you've
I'm
told
an
us this
Aquarius.
before. Yeah, I guess I didn't think of them as sun signs. And so the moon sign is completely different.
Mm-hmm. Your
Okay.
moon signs, how you internally deal with like internal conflict or in your emotions. So and he has a good one for that too.
Okay.
How do you get
Interesting.
your moon sign? Is it just opposite of your sun sign?
So it's place and time of where you were born. So I had to ask Jared and Amy when he was born, where he was born, and it's how all of the constellations hit. It changes like every 2 hours. So he could have been
Oh,
like he was born in I think it was like something 6:27 in the morning.
yeah, something like that.
I remember writing it down a lot, trying to figure it out. So he could have been like 30 minutes away from being something else.
Gotcha. Oh, it's that. Okay, it's that kind of
Yeah.
exact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember it was around 6 something in the morning. I just remember being very tired because I've been up since like 7 a.m. the day before. So
Wow. Well, imagine if you were how your wife felt.
Oh no, I did. It was way worse for her. Way worse for her. Yeah,
Yes.
no doubt. Okay, I'm curious. Let's hear it.
All right. So he is a Pisces sun sign. So that is his regular sign, a star sign, sun sign, whatever you like to call it. So Pisces are a little bit more sensitive because they are a water sign. Their symbol's actually the fish, but
Was it the
they're not the most sensitive of the water signs. I would say the most sensitive of the water signs is Cancer. They're very empathetic people. They're extremely compassionate people. They take on other people's emotions. So sometimes that can be a great thing, but sometimes that can be a not so great thing. You can come home with too much. And that's probably the worst thing about it is sometimes you have to know like when to draw those lines of this is like a them problem or a me problem, and I'm not going to take it on for them, but I can empathize with them. Like I said, they're also very empathetic. So I think that's good. And another amazing amazing thing about Pisces as a sign is they're the most intuitive out of the zodiac. So they trust their gut feeling. Their gut feelings are right. And I think that is very good, because especially as a young boy, young adult, he'll learn to trust himself and to be instinctive and to do the right thing.
That's
Okay.
funny because when I met him, he didn't seem very instinctive. He seemed off his game, like really off his game. He wasn't like I was in his face. I think I was throwing fake punches at him, and he wasn't trying to dodge or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
And he's a fight, flight, or freeze. Maybe he's a freeze.
Yeah.
Not that he's just a couple months old.
Or maybe his instincts were saying that you weren't actually going to hit him, Steed. Maybe he knew that you were
He's
bluffing.
above my level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's already looking past that.
Playing some mind tricks with you.
Here's the thing: I'll punch a baby when nobody's looking, just
Okay.
to establish my lifelong dominance over that child.
Yeah, you think
babies?
Yeah.
Well, they cry all the time, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to know it's from just a little punch in the eye, just a little quick?
The eye? It has to be in the eye.
Well, I mean, I think that's the strongest bone in the face. Maybe it's the weakest bone in the face. All right, from now on, I'll give him 4 head punches.
They have a nice soft spot.
Yeah.
I'll punch that.
Yeah.
Really do some damage.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my wife. When I wake him up, I like to press the reset button on the top of his head. She said I can't do that. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I can't do
Gotta pour some milk over that, get the calcium in there.
When you're talking about they a lot of times are in tune with other person's emotions and take them on.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people in relationships sometimes where they both are kind of like one person might be down and then the other person's down, and they just kind of bring themselves like into like a hole.
Mm-hmm.
So they would be not a good person to be with somebody with like that was emotionally unstable. Maybe, right? That would probably be a bad match.
Definitely not. I mean, he is extremely young, but a good match for him would be an earth sign. And earth signs typically more grounded with that type of stuff. And he does have some earth in his chart. Spoiler alert. So he probably wouldn't want to be with like a Cancer, even though typically most water signs go together. I would say Pisces and Cancer might be too much emotion.
Yes.
Scorpio, on the other hand, I don't think would be horrible. Even or friends, as well. Like it doesn't have to be life partner.
Yeah.
But,
nothing sexual. Nothing sexual.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just talking. But I'm talking long term here.
Obviously, all these are presumed 18 years out minimum.
Yeah, in minimum. But a Scorpio, Taurus, things along those lines would be great for Lex.
Okay, good.
So his rising sign. So that's your mask. That's what you present to other people. So, people, if they guess you're this sign, they guess your rising sign, that's just because you're presenting that so much more than your actual sun sign.
Okay.
He is a rising Aries, and I love this for him because Aries is a fire sign. So he kind of has a lot of different elements in his chart. It's not just like one, it's not leaning heavy one way. So Aries are extremely accomplished people. They're very dynamic. Like you're just naturally drawn to an Aries. They're very warm. And they just get stuff done, but they're not pushy. They're not bossy. They're just like quiet, hard workers when it comes to that type of thing. Like they're behind the scenes doing all of the stuff. The only bad quality of an Aries is they hold a grudge. So you got to make sure you're like feeding him on time. Because if you're like a couple minutes late, like he'll be pissed at you for a few days. Making sure that all of that type of stuff's in line. But I think that kind of balances out some of the Pisces as well.
I see. So is Aries right after Pisces?
Aries
is that like end of March?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know a certain relative of mine might be Aries that might hold grudges. Yeah.
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
We may have attended her wedding a few months ago.
It's quite possible we did.
But she has all of those other great qualities. She gets works in silence and she gets it done and then is just so
That's right.
And that's a great quality to have. They're doers, they're not sayers, which is something I personally really like.
Cool.
That is actually my I'm an Aries ascending. It's how I deal with my emotions. And that's what his next one is. His next is his moon sign, and that's not ascending, his moon sign, and that's in Taurus. So there's a lot going on here, and that's an earth sign. And stop me if I'm going too fast because I'm sure that there's a lot of questions on this. But that's just like how you deal with internal conflict. And Taurus, their symbol's the bull, so they can be a little bit stubborn and thick-headed.
Okay, well, I don't know if this is going to help you out at all, but he was also a frequent guest on the Colgate Comedy Hour. He did panels with Paul Julian, the guy who did the voice of the Roadrunner. Beep beep.
But the good thing about Taurus is they're also very grounded people, and they're not like quick to make like an impulsive decision. So what I'm seeing for him is is so layered already. He's going to be really empathetic and compassionate from his Pisces. He's going to be just a hard worker and diligent from his Aries rising, and he's going to be not like impulsive. So I think he's going to be a really well balanced human being.
Damn it! I was really hoping for some more drama.
No, this looks great.
I think he's going to be a serial killer for a couple reasons, but this all fits into my serial killer theory. He's quiet. He's a hard worker behind the scenes. You know, nobody's watching. He holds grudges for a long time. Uh-oh. Actually,
Pisces and Taurus are two of the signs that are like not on those serial killer astrology lists.
So interesting.
The number one, I think, it's Scorpio or Gemini. I think they're like pretty tied up there.
Somebody's figured out like who are the most serial killers. What do they fall under?
Yep.
What about his dark side of the moon sign?
That doesn't exist.
I made it up right now, and it's Gemini.
I think that just I'm seeing a lot of balance from there.
Good.
Nothing stuck out to me as crazy.
Okay. So my question is, Rosalee, so you've got the mask is kind of what you put on to people. You've got your moon sign, which you said is how you internalize things. But how is that different than like what your just main sun sign is?
That's a good question. So your sun sign is just like it's like your general essence, if that makes sense. And I can't really think of a better way to describe it. Like the mask you're putting onto people, that's not like who you are to yourself completely. It's like how you like interact with other people. It's like how you deal with other people, not conflict or per se, but how you are in a room. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the how you deal with your emotions, that's just how you internalize things.
Okay. What is the most important sun sign? Is that why people focus on that typically the most?
Yes, and that's when your birthday falls. So that's like, and you typically are, most people are, they fall in between a category of like 60 to 80% accurate with their zodiac sign. I'm not saying every single person that's a Cancer is the biggest crybaby I've ever met in my life. Yeah. But there's 60 to 80% of them do have a lot of emotions and cry a lot. But there's always that 20%. There's always that 10%. It varies person to person. They may have other qualities, like they could be extremely artistic, for example.
Yeah.
So the boy is a Cancer?
No, that was just as an example.
I was gonna say he's crying. He's gonna be a little crybaby. That's not well.
I mean, he is a baby.
He is a baby. Are all babies Cancers then?
Oh, good question. Are all babies Cancers?
Then they morph out of it.
They seem.
The star retrogrades. Are all babies born the same year around the same time? That's what I want to know.
You got to get a medical professional for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we all in sync? We're all synced up. What if we made like an army of Cancer babies one year? Then the next year we moved on to Pisces baby.
That's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Rosalee,
be easy for schools. I'm just
Yeah, it'd be easier schools to be bad for birthday events though, Steve. Do you want to go rent out jungle gyms for your birthday party? Good luck. Chuck E.
Everybody
Cheese.
would have the same birthday. You
Everybody,
could
yeah,
group up, you'd
you
save so
can't.
much cash.
Yeah, but it's gonna be filled. Is that capacity? You don't
Or
want
it could
everybody
be
to have the
like
same birthday as
birthday
you.
month, like everyone that's born in that month or that time span, just like.
You have one big day,
Hmm.
birthday. That's what we'll call it.
That's called Fourth of July. It's America's birthday, Steve. You can just celebrate it then.
Doesn't have the pizzazz.
Yeah.
There's no cake.
Rosalie, do you ever pay attention to the like Chinese zodiacs? Like
Yes,
the year of the yeah.
I actually love those. I really only know a lot about mine because I
Okay.
started to dabble in mine, but I'm the year
Yeah.
of the dog. Um,
Okay.
and I think I'm a lot of those things. The year of the dog's supposed to be loyal. They're supposed like a dog, obviously, optimistic, like cheery. And I'd like to think I'm a cheery person for the most part. And there was something else. I'd have to look it up, but it was something that just very stuck out to me. And it was one of the more negative qualities, unfortunately.
Oh,
What are dog-like traits?
oh,
Agile.
obedient.
Oh, I
They're
They shed a lot.
they do
yeah,
shed.
that actually, you know what? That one works for me. I do shed a lot. I do see the hairballs that come out of the shower. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That was it.
All right.
Perfect. Yeah. 2024 is the year of the dragon, which sounds intimidating.
Ooh, yeah, that's scary.
Ooh, fire breathing. Potentially,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look more into that. I'm gonna dabble in with that, guys, and let you know my
Okay.
findings. I'll
Okay,
need
perfect.
years.
I'm year of the monkey, so
Yeah, nice, dude.
I can climb trees well.
I guess when I think of the Chinese zodiac thing, what makes a little sense about it to me is like you always group ages to, like they always talk about millennials and like things that millennials do or things that Gen Z does, right? I mean, it's kind of a more refined version of that, right? You're putting everybody in one year and grouping them together and kind of the actions that they're doing.
This was
Yeah.
my idea. We're with the whole everybody's born on the same time.
Yeah,
But it has
we're
to
just
do with the Chinese calendar. There's more to it because they're also very in tune with the moon and the
gotcha.
like lunar New Year's and all those things. So I need to look more into it.
Okay,
And
yeah, I didn't mean to spring that on you. I know
no,
you're prepared with
no,
other
yeah.
things.
And thank you for bringing it to my across my table.
Yes, yes.
Who's in charge? Me or the devil? I think I'm in charge.
Rosalie, what's the story behind your Jamiriqui hat that you're wearing right now?
Well, virtual insanity is like one
Yes.
of my songs.
Good.
I was supposed to wear this to Elle's bachelorette, and Air Canada canceled my flight about 6 times because it was in Canada, and I couldn't drive my car up there because I had a lease and I was over my mileage.
Wow.
Oof.
They kept canceling your flight?
They canceled my flight about 5 times. I just wanted to
Wow.
be in Montreal, go to Montreality with the girlies. The theme was Canadian tuxedo. I had a perfect outfit. The outfit, actually, I wore it for the first time this Saturday, so I did get some use out of it.
Good.
Nice.
I was extremely sad not to celebrate my girl, go to Igloo Fest, do all of the things, but was very happy to be at her wedding. And happy to see
Bummer.
everyone at the wedding, all of the Chubaholics at the
That's
wedding.
true. There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of former Chubstep guests out there. That's, as we mentioned a couple weeks ago, like the largest gathering of any of the Chubstep people.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I also agree with you. We do have to Photoshop a photo.
Yeah, I got to do that. I got to remember to do
Yeah,
that.
we
I'll
totally
put
we had that
photo-
idea and then
I
started
get it.
drinking the gauntlet of every item on the
on the to-do list.
I like
bar list
Yeah.
of drinks.
well,
The picture idea was forgotten.
yeah, and you guys do shots at weddings, which I love. Not all states allow that, but the Malort shots, those just took it to the next level.
Was that your first Malort shot, Rosie? I'm assuming you've had them before here.
Oh no, I have it every time I visit you guys.
Yeah, okay.
I love it. I actually like the taste of it a little bit. I don't know why, but it's just like an easy shot. It's not like
Yeah,
easy.
there's definitely worse shots out there. Taste like it is. It doesn't have much of an aftertaste, at least. Where like there's some
Yeah.
other ones that kind
To
of
me,
just
it
linger.
does.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll rip a shot of vodka all day. I'll just drink a cup of vodka sometimes, like a maniac.
See, I could never.
Malort, no.
Yeah, that's rough.
I would rather Malort to Fireball. Whenever you guys come to Boston, you need to try Dr. McGillicuddy's. And they call it going for a doctor's appointment. It's like a
Okay.
schnapps, but it's a menthol flavored schnapps. And
Yes, somebody bought me that. I've had that.
I've had some
I
of
have
that
it
before.
yeah, it's good, and it's like the easiest little shot. Like you don't have to have a chaser. You just
It's like Rumplemints, I think.
it's a little less strong than Rumplemint, but yeah,
Okay.
it's a little less disgusting.
Because
But
yeah, I have a bottle, and I'm wondering how. Sometimes I wonder what the best way to use it is. So you think it's best as a shot?
you put it in the freezer and take
Okay.
a shot. But if you're feeling fancy, you're at a party and maybe Lex can pour some Hershey syrup in your mouth first, and then
Yeah.
they call it a haircut.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the great Christmas shot.
Perfect. I'm in.
Yeah.
Are there any final things with Lex that we missed out on? Any of that kind of stuff? I want to make sure we got to all your content.
So we got to the important stuff. I
Yeah.
would actually, there was a lot more in his chart. So like I was saying how he is very balanced. I'm gonna send you like a thing of my notes of what I have.
Okay.
Because there is more. It was just I don't want to bore Steed, but
Hey, I'm here for it.
it'd probably take about 2 hours to fully read and give you.
Oh my God.
But he had like a little bit of everything. Like in my birth chart, I am like all air and fire. Like I
Yeah.
had one other thing, and it's one water sign, Scorpio, my Mercury, which is your love ruler. But everything else was like air and fire. So it makes you kind of the person you are, like very like for example, me, like I would say I'm probably energetic and talkative, but not everyone has stuff like that. A lot of people, they can have like all water and be a little bit more reserved. He had the perfect blend of everything. I mean, I would say it was like, I mean, it wasn't like 25% for each, but
Yeah.
he was like really close. It was like really balanced.
What is that one saying where it's like I'm going to butcher this quote, but it's not an expert in everything is a master of none. But what is
Jack
that?
of all trades.
The jack of all trades is a master of none.
Yes.
Is that what you're thinking for Lex here? He doesn't have a chance of mastering anything.
No, I think he's gonna be the complete opposite. I think he has like the skills to get along with anyone.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be maybe he'd be a good politician.
Next
Something
president,
along-
future president, right here.
I would love that.
I
Wow.
would too, because I'd
The
have
first-
the connections.
The
to get a
first baby
partner.
president.
Hmm.
He's got my vote.
He's my write-in this year.
Oh, good. Everybody, write in Chubstep Lex. Write in Chubstep Lex for write in.
Honestly, better than Biden or Trump. So
Lex knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I do love the concept of a write-in in politics of just like, yeah, technically somebody could win if everybody decided to write in the same thing.
Yeah, didn't a lot of people vote for Kanye?
Yeah, it was Kanye a while ago.
several thousand voted for Kanye.
Yeah.
And I think there's always a bunch of people that write in D's nuts.
Oh, you got to write that in.
And I understand like the concept of like being able to, hey, they think it's funny just to go do that, but also like the annoying thing is you spent the time to actually go there. If you could do this like on your phone, then I would just write in whatever, maybe if I didn't care about who was getting elected. But like you actually had to go to that location, and then you have to go there just to do a joke.
People spend the time to go vote for two 80-year-old men, 90-year-old men. That's
yeah, but at least those are actual candidates. Those are actual candidates.
True.
Like
Big deal.
something that's.
Well, sorry to interrupt, but I just thought of something too that I forgot to mention. I did forget one thing. He has the best birthday weekend for being from Chicago. When Lex is of drinking age, St. Patrick's Day weekend every year.
Oh, snap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's unmatched.
Yes. It is very nice to have, because like if you have your birthday around Christmas, that kind of sucks, right? I mean, it's more difficult because if you want to have a birthday party, everybody's like, oh, I've got Chris. You have to do it maybe a couple weeks earlier or later, because you're like, everybody's got Christmas things that might be out of town when you're older or things like that. But you're right, like in Chicago, St. Patrick's Day, that's when everybody wants to be in Chicago for the celebrations, turning the river green. all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, to have that around there, like, hey, it's themed, we're getting together for my birthday.
Best
We
birthday
should
ever.
dunk him in the river one year. Toss him in.
You
Oh
should have
yeah.
my favorite bar in the world ever, Butch McGuire's, that I accidentally walked into, and I've never been a happier human being. Best bar in America, best St. Patrick's Day decorations. Loved every second of that place.
There you go. So have you been back since?
No, I walked in the day after
Okay.
Elle's wedding.
It's just okay, just a couple of weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
my flight was delayed, and one of Elle's friends was also there, like at our hotel, and I was like, I'm just gonna go grab a drink. So my husband and I grabbed like 3 drinks because our flight kept on getting delayed, and it was just like we didn't know that bar was that bar. We just walked into like we just walked in, and there was
Yeah,
all
yeah.
like the crazy decoration. Like it was a
Oh,
complete
nice.
like accident. It was the best happy accident. I think. Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. Well, you're having bad luck with flights. It doesn't seem like it's going well from the Boston area.
It's
No,
not.
no.
But wish me luck.
Thank you. Good luck. Well, yeah, is anything else, Rosalie? I want to make sure I cover everything. Okay,
I'm all good.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
Always
you guys.
appreciate it. We'll see. Obviously your predictions will be correct. We'll have to see. We'll reevaluate in a couple of years and see how he's sticking to it. And if not, then maybe you have to steer him in the right direction and say
Yeah,
this is
well,
what you should be doing.
absolutely. Well, we'll assess it when he hits like the next stage, like toddler stage. Just
Sure,
so
sure, sure.
he's doing.
Perfect. Yeah, maybe because there's probably some ways that you could maneuver somebody who's like not being true to their self, right? You're not acting like your moon sign right now. This is what we got to do.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
gotta go like do insert thing. Absolutely.
Yep, exactly. Lock him in a closet or something like that. Well, so we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it.
Perfect.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Thank you, Rosalie.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Billy Bob Thornton. Welcome to my official website. And as Sage says, what's up?
Want to get to like one or two things here,
Yeah.
and then we'll wrap it up.
Cool.
My wife has been watching Love Island, which is a
God.
dating show, and it's been on in the background a lot while she's on maternity leave and stuff like that. And they keep talking about like days. I'm trying to think, is that show where basically every show uses the term D-Day to get to decision day.
D-Day?
Right? Yeah, they'll talk about how many days is it till D-Day, which is decision day.
That's
in a dating show. And World War II was 80 years ago, but there's still some World War II vets around. I guarantee you almost none of these World War II vets are watching Love Island or like Married at First Sight or these different shows that are maybe Bachelor in Paradise. Ones I'm sure they're all using this D-Day term, but there are some similarities between D-Day. A lot of times they take place on a beach.
Oh, okay. I had no idea where you were going with that.
Well, I'm just
you're going similarities.
Well,
you're defending Love
what
Island.
I'm basically saying is that's the end of the similarities. Other than that, I think that is the definition of stolen valor to be using the term D-Day to associate anything other than the World War II landing in, France as the term D-Day. I think we can just, we retire certain basketball numbers or sports numbers when something is accomplished so much and we're kind of done with it. We don't want people to reuse that number. Let's go ahead and just, we're going to freeze the term D-Day with World War II.
Yeah.
When the Allies invaded France on the series of beaches there. And let's not use that for dating show terms for decision day, because I feel like it's just maybe the guys left on the beach would not appreciate that term just being thrown around so loosely.
Yeah. Well, I got another similarity.
What's that?
People are probably crying.
Sure.
It's tough for those involved. It's a little tough.
Now, the difference with the World War II one is tough for everybody involved versus tough for half the people involved on decision day with a dating show.
Okay, but you're forgetting about maybe like the one guy that was really into D-Day. There had to be one guy that was like,
no,
he's
I
like,
think,
yeah, baby, we're doing this. Yeah.
No, there's always, I think, obviously, the psychology of this probably more than I do, but I think there's always times where people are like kind of an out of body experience where you're not really like realizing what's going on. You're like so into the, oh yeah, we're gonna get these guys. This is war. We're gonna go do this. Hey, listen to this whole thing. The other day I was watching this documentary and they were talking about the amount of meth that was produced for um, the Nazis.
Yeah, they love meth.
Like they were just producing like just hard drugs that the Nazis were on when they went around the Maginot Line, I think it was. There was this big wall between France and Germany of like defenses. They went around it and they were able to stay out for like 3 days straight because they were all on hard drugs. And like, and they just went through this, and so like France thought it would take them like days or weeks to get through this forest that they got there, but they did it like a third of the time because they were just
here.
up straight.
How'd they get here?
So,
they're just sprinting. They've been sprinting for 3 days.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. I mean, are there some people that aren't freaked out? I'm sure there's some people that like don't really comprehend what's fully going on or just don't care. You're right, Steve. But I would say the majority of the people, it was not a good experience. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, if we're going to retire terms, let's just go ahead and retire D-Day from being used anything other than like a war term.
In a dating show, yeah, specifically dating shows.
Dating shows, something that lighthearted should not be.
Something called Love Island. I don't even want to know. I can't watch The Bachelor for more than like 4 minutes without having to leave the room.
I'm the exact same way.
I physically, like, I'm repulsed by that show.
I feel very similarly, Steve. I hate things that feel overly produced and it feels like it not authentic.
It's just so shitty.
And it's a lot of people disagree with that statement, but
it
just doesn't feel real. No, I know it just doesn't feel. And there's other shows. I'm not saying I don't watch any trash TV. I mean, Rosalee, who was just on, we talked about me and her almost watched the whole season of that the Naked Realtor show, which is just total BS anyway. Like this realtor would just sell to people that were nudist. It's like not that show's not all legit. So I'm not like I'm not above reality TV. There's certain times where it's so produced to me or people just seem so ingenuine that I just want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. That's The Bachelor or Bachelorette.
Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
I don't think you should be butting in when I'm talking to my team. You're my assistant, okay? You're supposed to back me up and go get me juice boxes when I tell you. Now go get me a juice box.
You know who you're talking to?
I'm talking to the juice box guy.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy. I'm just thirsty.
Why don't you go to hell?
No, you go to hell. While you're there, why don't you grab me a juice box?
I have something next week.
Okay, we can save for next week.
I'll tease. I'm going to tease it right now.
Okay.
It's a little Chubb investigation on a college's namesake.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm giving you.
Okay. TBD on the name. Okay.
Yeah. One thing I'm fired up about.
Yeah.
You fired up. I don't know if I've been fired up about this before, but I see a lost dog post.
Mm-hmm.
On
like Facebook or social media.
Facebook, lost my dog.
Yeah.
And then it says like don't chase, call, or pet or touch the dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so you want me to just ignore the dog? Why'd you put this post up?
I love that concept too.
Why'd you put the post up? If I see your dog, it's like don't look at him.
Yeah.
Don't chase him. Don't touch him. Don't call to him. Don't offer him treats. He's gonna kill himself if you do this. He hates all of this. And I'm like, well, there's the dog. Bye.
I love the concept that this person has trained and raised this dog that cannot interact with humans in the outside world.
Without just running into a freaking wood chipper. Like, that's what I assume the owner thinks. If somebody calls out to my dog, they're going to run under a semi-truck.
Yeah.
That's what they're trained. That's how I taught them to do.
The dog thing is I've had a dog get run over by a car. That's brutal. And then I have another dog that just like wanders around because he doesn't even realize what's going on. He's just too stupid to even understand what our yard is.
Yeah, but if you chased him, well, I guess if you called him, like if he was missing and somebody was like, "Hey, come here, you big dumb pug," he'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, he would come there, or he would look at you for a second, but he wouldn't like the fact. You're right, see that somebody says don't like call him. Like he runs away when you call his name, then change his name.
Yeah, or like your dog sucks, and maybe you shouldn't even want it back.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't get it. It like pisses me off when I see them. And if I see a random dog walking around the road, I'm 100% gonna get the dog.
You're taking the dog?
I'll like call out to him. I'll coax him over. I'll earn his trust.
Yes.
And then I'll go on Facebook and I'll see a post that says like, "Don't do that," and then I'll have to put him in the river.
Yep. Sorry, I returned him to where he was at. I didn't mean to grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't follow your instructions on your stupid poster, and yeah, your dog's dead. Dropped him off on the freeway. Sorry. My dad caught a dog with a muskie net. All right. Sometimes it's got to be done.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. That was like a year or two ago, right? That wasn't that long ago, was it?
That was like 6 months ago, maybe. It was only a few months ago.
Yeah.
We captured the dog with the muskie net.
Yeah.
Which did traumatize it, but the dog was captured. So all I'm saying
that's
is
a win. If people watch the new Grand Theft Auto trailer, there was a scene where in the trailer for the game, they're pulling out a gator from somebody's pool.
Yeah.
And then somebody pointed out that every single scene in the Grand Theft Auto trailer are actual things that happen in Florida. And then somebody did a side by side of an actual gator being pulled out of the water and a gator like walking through a Walmart, like the entrance of a Walmart, just going through the sliding, the automatic doors, stuff like that. Yeah, just
and Rockstar already coded gators into Red Dead Redemption, so they got the
there you
code
go.
ready for that game.
Exactly. Nice. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up there. We'll shorter episode, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. Find us on YouTube. I had a conversation with Chubstep Nava, and we are on YouTube Music through the YouTube, basically through our YouTube channel. So you can watch the videos there. YouTube Music is kind of a newer thing, but they have a new kind of cool podcast side of it, which is if you go to YouTube Music, search Chubstep, you can either just listen to the audio version of it if you click audio, or video and actually watch all the videos that we've been posting. They're a few weeks behind, but you'll see all the same content that's on our YouTube, on YouTube Music.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. So check it out there. Also, email the show, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. And the show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.